Grinder here is working on his power pose, trying to feel more empowered and self-conscious these days. All right, today's last video on stability. As I've mentioned before, the one thing you can do to greatly improve your chances of success is to get more stable in your habits. We talked about sleep habits. We talked about keeping a workout log and a workout routine to stabilize your training. Now we talk about diet and nutrition. The key with the diet is to look at it the same way as your workouts. You don't get results because of your workout routine. You get results by progressing what you consistently do. It's the progression that gets results, and you cannot have progression until you have stability first. And the same exact thing goes with diet. Everybody talks about eating right or correctly, as if there's one right way to do it for everybody. But a diet is just like your workout routine. It's something you want to improve and progress over time, and that's how you're going to get results. So to establish your consistency with your diet, I recommend, one, we go back to a meal format. Especially here in the United States, we have very much a snack and run and dine kind of attitude towards food, where we just get it whenever we can. Oftentimes it's convenience foods, which are usually very highly processed and full of just crap, and they're not very satisfying. So I encourage you to get back to a stable meal plan. Paul Wade in Convict Conditioning 2 talks about how he's like, look, it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That alone will make a huge difference. And some people are like, I don't like breakfast. Fine, just go with a brunch then and dinner. So if you want to do fasting and you skip a couple meals, fine, just get consistent. That's the key to making your diet much more stable. Also, when it comes to your food, make it whole foods, and remember the 3 P's that I always talk about: protein, plant, and portion. So every time you're eating a meal, where's your protein? You have a good protein source. Where are your plant-based foods? And are you eating enough to satisfy without being overfed and feeling stuffed? You get those 3 things on a consistent meal basis, then all of the other stuff will probably pretty much take care of itself. You don't need to count calories. You don't need to count your protein grams. You don't need to count carbs and all of these other things. If you can get your 3 Ps for a consistent meal habit from one day to the next, that's about 90% of everything you're going to probably need for diet, and the rest of the stuff you won't have to ever worry about. If you do think of making a change, like what happens if I eat more protein? What happens if I eat more? You don't need to count anything because you have consistency with your diet. So if you are usually eating like 4 eggs, let's say, and you up it up to 6, how many grams of protein is that? Who knows? Who cares? Is it more than what you had before? Yes. And therefore, it doesn't matter what the number is. Is it a progression or regression? How are you adjusting things? And then what are the outcomes? And that's going to tell you everything you need to know. All right, Grinder and I here, we're going to go and grab something to eat. But if you want to learn more, check out these videos here, and also subscribe here if you're enjoying these RDP videos as well. Till then, be fit, live free.